You feel unsure about your skills. And then that doubt makes you wonder if you belong or if you have what it takes. So then you're either going to overwork yourself to prove yourself, or you're going to back off and you're going to hesitate because you're afraid of messing up. Hey, hello, and welcome back. I am Debbie Peterson of Getting to Clarity, and this is another episode of the Getting to Clarity Show. This is the place that you come if you want the tips, tools, and techniques to create more of an impact in your leadership, in your career, in your business, but with less of a sacrifice in your life. And today we are talking about imposter syndrome. It is a clarity issue, not a confidence one. New leaders, they doubt themselves, and clarity can help eliminate that struggle. So there's a myth surrounding confidence, the confidence myth, so to speak. And what that is a lot of people think that imposter syndrome is a confidence issue. And if they could just believe in themselves a little more, then all of that doubt is going to disappear. But no, it doesn't help it that way. Here's the thing. Imposter syndrome isn't a confidence issue. It's about clarity. If you don't have a solid understanding of your strengths, your value, what it is that you bring to the table, and clarity around your role, then self-doubt creeps in. Confidence without clarity is shaky at best. And if you want real, lasting confidence, well, then that comes from knowing who you are. It's having an understanding of what you do best and how you contribute, because you do. I want you to think about the last time you weren't sure about something. Maybe it was a big decision at work, or maybe it was stepping into a new role, and that uncertainty probably made you hesitate. Maybe it made you second guess yourself, or maybe it made you put things off. It is the same thing with imposter syndrome. So when you don't have clarity, confidence has nothing to stand on. So imposter syndrome isn't about capability either. It is about clarity. So new leaders struggle with imposter syndrome because they are capable, but they think that they're not. They struggle because they're unclear on what makes them valuable. So here's how it usually plays out. See if this sounds familiar. You feel unsure about your skills, and then that doubt makes you wonder if you belong or if you have what it takes. So then you're either going to overwork yourself to prove yourself, or you're going to back off and you're going to hesitate because you're afraid of messing up. And then you feel like a fraud because you didn't get it done the way you thought, and you're going to assume that everybody else has it figured out, that you don't belong there. Does that sound familiar? I know I have been there before. And most people try to fix this by working harder. But let me tell you, effort without direction just leads to burnout. So instead of trying to prove yourself, what if you took a step back and you got clear on what it is that you bring to the table? Now, I want to share with you some techniques on how to build clarity-driven confidence, things that you can put into action. And I prefer to use NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, because NLP is all about how your brain processes thoughts, how it processes language and behavior. And it's incredibly helpful for shifting your mindset and getting rid of imposter syndrome. Maybe not for good, but at least you've got a tool in your toolbox to use. So you're going to change the story that you're telling yourself. Your words matter. If you're constantly thinking, I don't belong here, then your brain is going to start believing it. You are literally telling your brain what to think. So instead, swap it for something that actually helps. Maybe it's something like, I have the ability to figure this out. I have worked hard to get here. I bring something valuable to the table. Because you wouldn't sit and tell a friend and let them talk down to themselves, right? You would be able to support them. So why aren't you doing it for yourself? Another technique that you can use is acting as if. Do you ever notice how confident people don't wait to feel ready before they take action? They just go for it. Think of a time when you felt completely clear and in control. Maybe it is a very specific time. Maybe it was during a project where you just had it going on, you crushed it. Or maybe it was a moment where you totally owned your expertise. So now, I want you to step into that moment, that specific time, that version of yourself. What was going on? How did you carry yourself? How did you communicate? What decisions did you make? You don't need to feel confident first. Act as if you already are, and then confidence will catch up. The other opportunity you have as a tool is to define your personal strengths. If you don't define your strengths, your brain is going to default to uncertainty. And when you're unclear about your value, then that is a space where imposter syndrome thrives. So try this quick exercise. I want you to get out a pen and a piece of paper, pause the video if you have to. I want you to list 5 moments that you are proud of in your career. 5 instances, 5 scenarios, 5 circumstances, whatever it is. I want you to list out 5 things. And after you've done that, I want you to look for the patterns. What skills or qualities show up in each one? Those are your personal strengths. And this is what you can rely on when your self-doubt kicks in. Instead of letting your mind spiral off that cliff, go back to what you know that you're great at. Here's another tool you can consider: overthinking. So I want you to think about your next clear move. Overthinking is imposter syndrome's best friend. The more you ruminate, the more you analyze, the more you actually convince yourself that you're not ready. So instead, do this. Pick one small step that moves you forward. So instead of dwelling on it, just do something, anything within 48 hours. Let action build your confidence, and you'll get feedback if it's the right action or not. But the important part is get into action. Okay. So let action build your confidence, not the other way around. Confidence isn't something that you wait for. It's something that you create, and you do this by taking action. So clarity first, confidence follows. So overcoming imposter syndrome isn't about faking it until you make it. It's about getting clear on you, your strengths, defining your own path, and taking action. Because when you know exactly what you bring to the table, you stop questioning whether you belong at that table to begin with. So what is your next clear move? Well, let me ask you, what is one thing you can get clear on from all the things that we talked about today that will help you step into your version of success? I want you to write it down, define it, take action. And if you would like more insights on clarity-driven leadership, then head on over to my website at www.debbiepetersonspeaks.com. Until the next time, here is wishing you all the clarity that you deserve. Take care, be good to yourself, and bye-bye for now.